Please understand, they are safe as long as they are not discovered. That is their primary method of survival.
Hello, and welcome to the Carpenter Hour, where this time we're going to be talking about They Live. Now, obviously, we have our shades on because, we're human and we know what we're doing. First thing I want to say is don't obey, don't reproduce, and, money's definitely not your god. This movie came out November 4th, 1988. It's a big personal favorite of mine. I really enjoy it, even before, I really started digging into all the subtext and things like that. And Tyler, this is your first viewing, right?
Yeah, this is the first time I watched it.
Nice. And you enjoyed it?
Oh man, I love this movie.
Good.
Like,
awesome, man. That's good to hear.
I've seen bits and pieces over the years. I've just always wanted to dive in, and I'm really glad I got the chance to now. A lot of times when movies wear their political and social commentary on their sleeve so heavily like this movie does, a lot of times that turns me off, but for whatever reason, this movie really worked for me. I really loved it.
Awesome, man. Nick, was this your you've seen this before, right?
I have seen it before. This was maybe my second or third time giving it the end to end. But my dad liked this movie a lot. We didn't own it, but anytime it was on TV, he was watching it. So that's how I knew what I knew about it. But this movie's awesome. Yeah, this one kicks ass. It could have had a little more going on. It's kind of a slow start, but other than that, it's super fun. It's hard not to imagine Kurt Russell in the role, with Roddy Piper instead. But yeah, this was fun, man. I really enjoyed this one.
Awesome. Well, if you guys are liking what we're doing and you guys want to check us out, we are on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Amazon, and Spotify. So check us out. Overall, man, it was a very unique story. Something I wasn't quite expecting when I first kind of started hearing rumblings about it, because people were like, "Have you ever seen it?" And I was like, "No." So checking it out, man, it hit some very interesting beats, and I really kind of like you, Tyler. It drew me in, man. It was awesome. So
yeah, based on a short story, 8:00 in the morning. Have you guys read it?
I haven't read it, but I know what it's about, and I know kind of the differences.
Yeah, I did a quick read today after I woke up, and it was okay. It was I think I read somewhere it's 1,800 words, something.
I was gonna
it's
say
really short.
It's really short. Yeah, it's very simple.
Yeah, instead of the sunglasses, he gets hypnotized, and at the end of the session, the guy tells him to wake up, and then as soon as he tells him that, he starts seeing all the aliens and the propaganda and stuff, and
that's pretty rad.
Yeah,
it was neat. There was also a comic, right?
Yeah, there was a later in life comic that was made. The aliens are somewhat different. They're not like the humanoid aliens. They're kind of they're supposed to be reptilian, I think.
Yeah.
The comic makes them look nothing like that. but it was an interesting story, and it was an interesting concept. And this isn't the first time that Carpenter has kind of taken or adapted from, a book or whatever. Did you guys also realize that he used a pseudonym when writing this, apparently?
I did, yeah. Isn't it Frank Armitage or something?
Yeah. Frank Armitage is actually, it's a couple characters. So Armitage is a character from H.P. Lovecraft, which he's a very big fan of. And Frank Armitage is actually the main character's name for Keith David.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Okay.
So
yeah, I guess you do hear his name, but not Roddy Piper's
You never hear
name.
his last name, yeah. And same thing with Nada. I don't remember if we get his first name at all. Rowdy's.
I think in the short story it's George Nada.
George Nada. Nice.
And then the comic is just called Nada, but I think it's George Nada as well in the comic.
Damn.
So
yeah, I never noticed that they don't say his name.
Yeah, they don't ever say his name, and it's just kind of hey, you. It's kind of just thrown out there that way.
Okay. I'm so bad with names anyway. When we're watching these movies, I have to make a conscious effort to remember everyone's name, and then I still have to look it up.
Yeah.
Afterwards on IMDb or whatever.
And he has such a unique way of naming names anyways. Some of them Nick Castle, and like it's like that's a cool name, but like it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. Like, but he just has ways of like coming up with names. Apparently, for what I'm to understand, he did the pseudonym thing to kind of like not only break away from like his identity, but kind of like I guess he felt like he was getting a little too arrogant, you know, written by, scored by, you know, that kind of thing. So he decided to kind of switch it up. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, man. At least you kind of like saw that within yourself and, you know, did something I guess
Kind of
about
the
it. But
Stephen King, Richard Bachman kind of thing.
yeah, kind of, yeah. Overall, though, the story's real simple. Tyler, you want to kind of take us into like a short plot here about what happens?
Homeless man down on his luck comes to town and discovers a vast alien conspiracy of mind control and subliminal messaging.
When that like that first image of him putting the glasses on when he like finally gets them and like it goes black and white and he starts seeing everything, were you like, holy shit, like is that, you know, was it very surprising to you?
No, that's the one thing that I actually did know about the movie. Like you see the obey imagery all over the place, and you know, I knew about the glasses. That's like the basic premise that I did know. So it wasn't that surprising. It was cool. I liked the use of the black and white and the simple bold text. I thought all that visually was really cool. A lot of that's I think pretty relevant now with like social media and news and stuff like that, where they kind of bend the narrative to kind of get you to think a certain thing. And
Yeah, algorithms and such. Yeah, I feel
yeah.
like if Nada was in today's like era, he'd freak out if he had sunglasses on and saw that shit. He'd be like, "Whoa, what the hell?" Like,
Yeah, right.
you know, it really like rock his brain.
Scroll on Facebook would be like, subscribe, scroll, keep scrolling.
Yeah, like heart, yeah, all that stuff.
Wake, scroll, sleep, repeat.
Yeah, for real. The technical age taking over.
When Roddy Piper finally gets the glasses, I feel like for the most part he's acting the way you should be, you know, where you're like constantly like
Double checking everything, yeah.
100% right, like because that's what I'd be doing. You know, got him like halfway down where I can like color, no color, you know, like what the fuck is going on?
Am I seeing this?
Yeah. I don't know if I could keep my composure if that was to like really start happening though. I'd be like, yo, just jab some glasses on someone and like have them start looking and stuff. Like I'd have to have somebody share that experience. Otherwise, like my mind would probably melt.
In the short story, it seemed a little more ambiguous about like, is he actually seeing this or not?
Yeah, like I think the book is supposed to imply like, yes, he was like woken up, but it also, I think it was supposed to imply like, did he really wake up or is he just still like, is he getting the illusion that he woke up and so everything he's seeing? It's kind of like the Total Recall bit where like he starts acting like a secret agent and starts doing all this like spy stuff, but that was what he was that's what he was trying to get programmed to do before everything pops off. So it's like, so one instance you're like, is it really him seeing all this stuff and being affected by it? Or is it him just having the illusion or the, you know, delusion of like all this stuff happening around him? But in this, it's kind of like a pretty clear cut case.
Yeah, it seemed like they made it pretty cut and dry. Like he actually is seeing this. This is real. I felt like he went so fast from like discovering this to like murdering people immediately.
100%.
He didn't even take the time
Yeah.
to like consider if he could be like misunderstanding what's going on.
Well, he like right off the bat, he comes into town. He has no job. He's, you know, he kind of gets his footing, gets a job, kind of goes to like a homeless camp. And then starts seeing like the church doing like shady stuff and immediately starts like investigating and sneaking in and like checking stuff out. Like, and then it isn't until like he finally like kicks the door in and he like takes off with a box of glasses. I don't know what he was expecting. I don't know what we were expecting inside the boxes, but as soon as he saw glasses, I think he was just like, what? Like they got raided because of sunglasses? Like, I don't think he was understanding it until he put them on and then it like kicked in. But he does go
when he breaks into the church, he sees like glasses on the table and he sees like the
chemistry set, I guess.
Yeah, the little chemistry set,
like beakers and stuff.
Yeah, I kept wondering like, how do these glasses work? Like, is it some kind of like film that they put on the glasses that lets you see through?
It's a good question.
I was kind of wondering that too. I like what I really want to know is the contacts, because the contacts go into your eye directly. they say it doesn't, the interference doesn't like last as long, and it's not as harsh on your like psyche or your mind or whatever. Like it doesn't feel like you're coming down, doesn't give you a headache or anything. But it's like, how'd you create them?
Isn't it the way the world looks through the glasses is the way the world actually looks? So because the aliens are creating that illusion, so maybe it's not what the glasses are doing; it's what the glasses aren't doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I was wondering too, like you said, is that what the world actually looks like, or is it like a mesh of the two? So like both are real at the same time, and like,
well, yeah. I mean, I guess
kind of like when you put like polarized glasses on and you can see through the reflection on like the water. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Well, then at the end,
So like,
he takes down the signal. I'm jumping ahead, obviously, but like he takes down the signal, and we can see all the aliens, but it doesn't make the world black and white. So I don't know how much is protected by their projection or what.
Yeah, I also couldn't tell if like any of the propaganda stuff was like visible too. Like you get a couple quick scenes, but it's nothing like grand, so you can't tell if you like get see the billboards and such like that. But
every billboard's got to be repainted.
Yeah, they're like,
or painted
what's he say?
correctly, I guess.
They're like the newscaster. He's like, "Oh, Gloria, you look like shit." And then they like, "I'm out of here," and they take off. Like, even like a lot of the humans are just like staring. They're not even like reacting the way I'd figured they would be reacting. But I mean, you know, maybe it's just like
there's a couple scenes where people don't really react like you think they should when he's going through like obviously jumping way ahead, like you said, but when they're in the like the news studio and there's like gunshots and everyone's still just like sitting around at their desk doing work until he walks in with the gun.
Yeah. He walks into that bank area too, and everyone just stands there. I'd be like, I don't care what he's here for, but I'm running.
Yeah, immediately start running. Like it's one dude. Like there's a billion of us. Like I'm just gonna start running. Yeah, like panic.
I wouldn't be around long enough to hear that he's out of bubblegum. You know.
Yeah. His catchphrase I wouldn't get to hear it.
I was just gonna ask, do we know how long the aliens have been on Earth?
I think they say since like 1957, which is right around the time I think Roswell happened. Because not the church going guy, but the guy that has like glasses and he's kind of like telling you, he's like, they're turning our planet into their planet. They've been terraforming it since like the 50s. So it just makes it big to the sense that that's about the time they came in.
Okay.
And that's why our planet, like the global warming, all that shit's kind of going the way it is, like the ozone's going, is because they are terraforming it to be more in line for them.
Yeah, I think he used the word acclimatization, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking they couldn't have been here before like radio signals and stuff, because that's what they're using to brainwash everyone.
Yeah. To put something like that over, they just like they broadcast from a television station. It's just like they probably broadcast from all the television stations, not just one.
I wanted that too. He took down one radio station in one area.
Yeah.
So it's like, was that the headquarters, or was there more of these places? There has to be, right?
I'm sure it was like that area that satellite covered maybe woke up, and then other people probably
like New York was fine, but LA was like, fuckered or whatever.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah,
I would think.
Did we like Roddy Piper?
I think he's awesome. Like for not seeing him anything outside of like wrestling role, yeah, he was great. Like I thought he as soon as like when you said he starts killing people, Tyler, like that's when he goes full wrestler mode and just fucking kayfibs the entire thing, like, which is awesome. But dude, he was great.
It seems like Kurt Russell's the obvious choice, but that being said, I think Roddy Piper did awesome, and I can't picture the role any other way now. Like his one-liners were so funny, and his just screen presence was great.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I agree with that too. It's hard not to wish it wasn't Kurt Russell, but
yeah,
it is hard to now like see it, with that vision. Yeah, Roddy Piper does awesome. Having Keith David, always awesome. It would have been awesome to just see McCready and Childs sharing the screen
again. Yeah,
the sequel we never got.
I like when a director picks an actor and kind of sticks with him. So I absolutely think Kurt Russell would have killed it. I think the movie still would have been great. Where do you think Roddy Piper stacks up amongst other like wrestler actors?
Ooh, I think he's done a couple other films, but this is the only one I've really seen him in. So I can't say I can contest to most of it, but like I think it's about as good as like The Rock's early days. Like,
Yeah, I think Batista's pretty good. I think
John Cena.
John Cena's all right. I tend to like John Cena a little bit, but I think this was a really good performance.
yeah, I think he did.
It's pretty
good.
wild how he landed that role, anyways, or that he landed that role.
Well, Kurt couldn't do it because he was doing another movie, right? Tequila
Yeah.
Sunrise, I think, was what he was doing.
Right. And I think like
Not
Roddy
sure.
Piper had met John Carpenter at the WrestleMania of '87. So this movie came out in November '88. So it was like they met in '87. Then it was like, you know what? I have a role for you.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, how fucking wild is that?
That's cool, man. I was gonna say, man, he was a good pick, man. Like, obviously, Carpenter knew what he saw. So,
What was your favorite one-liner?
oh, dude, honestly, my favorite one-liner is when he's in the grocery store.
I think I was about to say this too.
Oh my god, I love it where he's just like, she bumps into him, whatever, and he like sees her, and obviously she, she's an alien, and she's like, "Excuse me," and he's just like, "You know what, lady? You look like your head fell back in a cheese dip in 1967 or whatever."
1957.
He looks at the person next to him. He's like, you're all right. This one, real fucking ugly.
Real fucking ugly.
Real fucking ugly.
I fucking laugh so hard when I hear that every time. And I was like, dude, that is perfect. Like that is
really good.
That is a great line.
I don't think there's a hot take. I think it sticks out. Some of this is followed up by some awful writing at some points. Like I know it's like a lot of it's fun, but there's some like so he tells that lady to fuck off, and then he turns to the other guy who's like, "I'm going to call the cops." He's like, "Call the cops." Looks like you need a Brazilian plastic surgeon or something.
Yeah, plastic surgeon. Yeah.
Like I was like, "What the fuck?" Or something like this was all you got. This is all you could come back with. I wish it had leaned more into like hard R language.
He's like, you take off these glasses.
Oh yeah,
she's a regular person. You put them on. Formaldehyde face. That's what you get.
Formaldehyde face was good.
I was like, what are these 5th grade insults? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
I don't know. I loved them. So obviously everyone knows the bubblegum line. The one that really got me was Mama don't like tattletales.
Yeah. That was another one.
What? You're shaking your head, dude? That was hilarious. I told my wife, I'm sorry in advance for how many times you're going to have to hear me say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those, would it have sold any better if Kurt Russell was saying it? You know what I mean? Like the exact same script. So I don't know. Like,
yeah. I guess
it's fine and it's fun. And I know I'm just nitpicking it, but it's just like, couldn't have just like leaned it a little bit more into the insults?
Well,
if it was Kurt Russell, we wouldn't have got those lines because I think those were like Roddy Piper lines.
Yeah, I think they were ad-libbed.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that they were. I've heard two different versions. I've heard that he kind of ad-libbed them on the day of, and I also heard that Carpenter picked them out of like a notebook that he had full of like one-liners for WrestleMania or for WWF or EU. I'm not a big wrestling guy, so I don't really know that much about wrestling history, but
that's interesting. Well, it's kind of like what he did with James Woods, I think, for Vampires. And Vampires, he would have James do the line as it's scripted, and then just let James ad lib like whatever he wanted, like the next scene. So that's kind of cool that he's kind of open to like let you try stuff and do stuff. That's
sure, yeah, 100%.
That's pretty wild.
Well, also I think Carpenter had him like make his own backstory too, and his backstory in the movie mirrors somewhat his backstory in real life. Like he mentions being alone since he was 13. I think that's like true to his real life. He's like on his own since he was 13, was like a professional fighter since 15, something like that.
If you're Keith David in this film, when do you bail out of like your friendship with this guy? Like,
dude, he does so much for this guy and he barely knows him. He does a lot.
Yeah. I was kind of questioning like, okay, you know, this guy's a murderer. Why do you bring him the paycheck?
And I couldn't tell if that was his or if that was his own money. And he was just like, hey man, here's at least 1 week's pay. Like,
no. So I took that as it's Keith David's. He was forking over a week's pay to help him out.
See, that's what I thought. Yeah. Like that is.
So he was like doing him a solid, which makes it even stranger that he's handing him his own money. Like,
yeah. Cause especially when he has
this was my 1 week of paycheck, like for you to get you by. He's like, it's all I could spare.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was weird that I know you murdered someone, I'm bringing you this money because you did the work, and I'm trying to help you get by. But also, I'm unwilling to put on these fucking
Dude,
sunglasses.
the sunglasses bit was wild because I was like, hold on, man. You just threw a wad of money at this dude and you're not willing to just throw on glasses real quick. Like, they literally have like a 5-minute fight to put on these goddamn glasses. And it isn't until like both their bells are ringing and like he finally like gets them put on. And I was like, you could have just put them on easy, dude. Like,
I would have put on the glasses so much sooner. I would not just keep getting my ass kicked to not put on these sunglasses.
yeah, for real.
Like, even whether or not like I feel like I'm winning the fight isn't the point. I'm getting punched in the face and kicked in the groin, like getting big pieces of wood swung at my head. I just give me the fucking glasses, man. I'll take a look.
Yeah, it's almost like at that point, like it just get it done and over with.
Just stop hitting me.
Yeah, just in this whole fucking charade and just get to it. But that fight scene is also like awesome. Like it's really good.
I hate to be the guy that brings up South Park every episode, but have you guys seen the South Park version of this fight?
I know, but I know there is one.
No.
If you're not familiar with South Park, there's two cripple characters, Jimmy and Timmy.
Oh.
And there's an episode called Cripple Fight, and there's like a shot for shot remake of this fight scene in South Park, and it is amazing.
That's awesome.
I saw a video on YouTube where they kind of like put them side by side so you could see exactly how close it is, and it's damn near perfect.
And it's been imitated a lot, like parodied, made fun, all this stuff. Like, it's you did pretty fucking good on a fight if that's where it lands almost 40 years later.
Yeah, and took some time to rehearse. I think it took them, I want to say somewhere between 3 and 6 weeks. I'm probably ballparking a little hard there, but I think it was somewhere they like rehearsed for that long before they finally filmed it. But
well, having a professional wrestler is probably the right person to be doing a long fight scene like that. They're used to memorizing choreography and they know how to like sell the hits and stuff. I thought the fight was cool with the aspect of like, it seemed not realistic, but more realistic than a lot of fight scenes you get where they're like progressively getting more worn out and beat down as the fight goes on.
yeah,
There's literally times where they're kind of just like taking a breather and trying to like gather their strength back before they go at it again.
yeah, it felt more like a fight in real time.
I would be gassed after the first engagement. Like, for sure, I'd be like, oh, all right, just give me the glasses.
Yeah, after like a minute or two, I'd be
I'm
like,
done.
all right, I'm done. I can't.
Roddy
I
Piper's-
can't continue.
He's pretty fucking huge too.
Yeah, he's pretty
Yeah.
big. I don't want to say
he
he's
does
like
not mess
Schwarzenegger
around.
big, but he's pretty beefy. So,
Well, he's got to be sore from the day before too, taking a bottle to the head and a tumble out a window.
oh, dude,
Which-
that had to be pretty wild.
He got too trusting of that girl. That was weird.
He was just so smitten with her, and he was just like, "Oh, hey, what are you doing here at this, this secret hideout?" It's just like, dude, if she shows up, something's not right. Like she just randomly shows up there, like, nah, there's something up. He's just like, nah, man, she's. I know Holly, she wouldn't do that. Yeah, whatever. Back to the fight real quick. Was when Rowdy like takes that board and he goes to hit Keith David with it and he fucking smacks that car window and he's like, motherfucker, and he like breaks the bottle or whatever. Was that like why'd they react that way when that happened? I couldn't tell if like, did he hit
I had
your
this
car?
question too.
Or-
Is that Keith
He's like,
David's
oh
car?
man, I'm so sorry. Like he
Yeah,
apologized.
that's a great car.
I couldn't tell. Like,
Me neither.
but it was a weird little bit.
It almost read like when he smashes the window and then Keith David like breaks the bottle, it's like he kind of like recognizes how silly they are for fighting about this, maybe.
Oh man,
and that's why he laughs.
Okay. But yeah, he gets way too trustworthy with that Holly chick pretty fast. First he borderline like kidnaps her at gunpoint and is like, get me out of here. And they go back to her place and that's when she, cracks the bottle over his head after he has a splitting headache and stuff. But
was she an undercover the whole time? Like, was she an alien sympathizer from the start?
I believe
That's
so.
how I took it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was. I don't know if it was by accident or I don't think she was like a plant. I don't think they like put her in there to like kind of like catch him and like, hey, like, if you come in contact with him, like, hang around.
Yeah, I don't think she was like sent to subdue him, but I'm wondering like, did he just happen to pick someone who was on the alien side from the beginning?
I think so because of where he picked her up at. Is what it comes down to, right?
Because he picked her up at like the TV station,
Yeah.
right?
So
Because
like
that's where she
he
was.
wouldn't have had all the pieces at that moment to be like, "Hey, you came from here. What the fuck?" But by the
Well,
end, for sure, he should have been questioning, like, "Hey, didn't I pick you up at this place?"
he got
So
her
when
in a parking garage while he was escaping, right, from the bank.
Right.
yeah,
And then, like, what is the luck, like meeting somebody and then it turning out to be like,
For sure. Yeah, like he wouldn't have known in that moment, the full like schematics of what makes you a lion to the other guys or whatever. But by the end, I think he should have probably like put the pieces together.
dude, after the bottle in
So-
the window, he should have put it together. Like,
Yeah.
So as we're watching the movie, we're meant to assume that she's calling the police, but is she calling the aliens? Actually,
I think she's
On my
calling
rewatch, that's what I decided too.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was kind of thinking.
because I think at this point, I think they know the aliens know that they can see or whatever. Like he can see.
Also,
So
do the feds or whoever, do they follow her to like the little like rendezvous with the resistance and then like know where to go? Do they use her for that, or does she just happen to be there as it gets raided?
I kind of feel like she was a mole. Yeah, at that point,
That's what
like
it
I
felt
think
like.
they kind of sent her in, but I don't know how she found the place, let alone got in. And her reactions to like the people kind of getting shot there is kind of like genuine.
That's what I was going to say too. It seemed like it almost wanted you to think she was the mole, but then as she's running away, she's doing like these facial expressions that's like she looks genuinely like freaked out about what's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I some of that was a little bit confusing.
If I'm Nada, is that how you say his name? If I'm Roddy
Yeah.
Piper, if I'm Roddy Piper and Keith David, and I'm 10 minutes into this place, and they're like, "Okay, guys, we need you to be a part of the resistance. Are you ready?" And then he hand me a gun, and then 5 minutes after that, it starts like going down. I'm probably not being a part of that gunfight. Like I'll be like, "We
Yeah.
just took
You
it
should
hard out
run.
here. It's time to get out alive. Regroup later."
Well, so in the beginning when they have the homeless camp kind of getting raided and like the church getting raided and all that stuff, it seems very like, hey, we need to kind of like we need to like shut this down, right? But by the time they're going into the second hideout and they start like they start off by like blowing the place up. Like they throw, I don't know if it's grenades or just plastic explosives or what, but like explosion rocks the building and that's when they come in. And then it's almost like they're just firing indiscriminately. Like there's people trying to run
Yeah.
away, they're killing them. People have guns, they're killing them. So it's like it is almost just like, yeah, we're here to actually wipe you guys out. Like at this point, like you guys kept meddling, and we kind of tried to stop you, and you guys just kept pushing. So now we have to like take deadly force or whatever the fuck. But
I didn't understand why they were sitting on those glasses for so long. If it's
Yeah.
so easy to see the truth, you think they'd be just passing those shits out, you know?
in the 80s, where sunglasses were like hot and like popular, like people would have snatched those things up real quick.
You didn't even have to like be like, "Hey, see the conspiracy, see the truth." You just go, "Hey, you want a free pair of sunglasses?"
Yeah,
I
like
had a
just
warrant
yeah,
for
here you
sure.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind
There
of
you
like
go.
the,
Oh, sure. You pop them on, you go, "Holy fuck!"
yeah.
I think it would be it seems like it should be so much easier for these guys to get their movement off the ground.
I had the exact
Like
same
they have
thought. Go ahead.
they have a line where he's like, "We can't just start. We don't have enough. You know, it's not going to work. It's not going to be enough." And it's like, start handing them out, man. You obviously know how to make them. You can make more.
Like
Start the process.
Nada had a box of like 50 sunglasses. That's 50 people. Like,
Yeah.
I like when they enter the like rendezvous or whatever resistance hangout. I like that the guy who's talking to them the whole time. I like what he's got to say as far as like giving us a little bit about like what they're trying to do and like it's like some exposition hidden in the game
Mhm.
plan. But everything that he's saying, Roddy Piper and them are like have fucked up already. He's like, our numbers should be double, guys. I don't know why we're not getting more recruits and make sure we're out there and we're saying yes and we're blending in and we're keeping low profile. And Roddy Piper's out there day one, already made a
guns
name for
blazing.
himself, killing dudes. They tracked him
Yeah.
everywhere. Like if I'm that guy, I would
He's
be
a-
directing this speech at the new people. Be like, hey,
Just like pointing at them the whole time, like, yeah, you guys.
you want to keep it down over there?
There's- They're trying to keep a low profile, and Roddy Piper's out there chewing bubblegum and kicking ass.
He's like,
Yeah,
if they try to recruit you, he's like, by all means, accept. He's like, play the part, go to work, punch a time card. We gotta go slow at this. So I did like what he has to say. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm paying attention now. Like, tell me how we win.
Yeah. And the two like biggest like fuck ups that are like terrorizing the town at this point also get like the freebies. Like they get the contacts. Like here's the new stuff like nobody else is wearing, and it's stuff like, oh wow, okay. Because
you're fresh off the street. Here's the new tech.
Yeah, check these out. You want a wristwatch that opens dimensions to other fucking buildings? Yeah, go ahead.
Nobody's getting vetted at all. They're just like indiscriminately like letting anyone in.
Yeah.
Well, they're not even checking to see if they're. Well, maybe the guy at the door is, but
the guy at the door. I don't even think he had sunglasses on, but he saw them obviously walking with sunglasses, so he knows they're part of the thing. Because
that's another thing too. They're not being very low key. They're walking around at night, both with the sunglasses on and guns out.
Yeah, they're just
guns up, guns out, everything on to like. So somebody does like that's fine, but then they're walking around like fully strapped, like supposed to be keeping a low profile, not be followed. Like they're the worst kind of like undercover.
You got to assume that there's like some reason that it has to be sunglasses, right? Because there's no other reason to use sunglasses unless it has to be sunglasses. Because like you said, you're not inconspicuous at night, but also you can't fight at night because you can't see now.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even think about it until we like started the podcast and I had the sunglasses on and I realized I couldn't see you guys at all on the screen.
Yeah, damn.
I wonder.
So like the sunglasses is a huge handicap.
Like not only that, but like when you have during the day when you have them on, it's black and white. So when you have them on at night, like is it still black and white? Just like gray and gray.
It's black and black because there's no light.
Yeah, like you don't there's no sun or anything. So it's like, what does it even look like? I mean, you'd have street lights and shit, but
yeah, I guess it just had to be something like lens filtering, right? So like,
something about
maybe they need to put them in prescription glasses too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Transitions, please. They definitely had some like the door dude was pretty interesting too. He's like, "Hey brothers," or whatever. He's like, "There's some new stuff going down," like he's just sitting there holding a shotgun in the middle of like a doorway. So it's like obviously he's doing something. But I don't. So the whole game plan for the aliens and the Earth is to monopolize it in a way where it's like intergalactic or something like that, or because like what's his name makes it sound like he's like, yeah, they act like it's like an airport basically, like a coming and going type of place. But I was like, oh, so they didn't really like touch on it too much, so I guess it's a little ambiguous in some sense. But
I was wondering about the aliens' motivation as well. They say something like, we could be food, pets, even livestock. It's like, well, livestock and food's kind of the same thing, but like what? So we could be those things. We are those things. What do they actually want?
Yeah.
Do they just want to live on the planet? Are they like kind of like a parasite where they just use us to have somewhere to live? There was a mention about like by 2025, 2025, the planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance. That's when they were having their big like
elite party or whatever. Yeah.
Illuminati meeting or whatever.
Yeah. So
that was cool. I like that scene too.
It is kind of eye opening, yeah, a little bit, because you see him there and he's kind of just like talking about like how the rich are getting richer and the poor are staying poorer, and how their plan is nearly complete because they're wiping out the resistance.
Yeah. So the rich are getting richer. That's really just like a motivation for the humans, right? Like, what do the aliens want with the money?
Let's see. Yeah, and I mean,
are they really just trying to like the aliens are just here? They just want to like be rich and ball out, or like
yeah. Well, dude, the thing that would piss me off the most is like if I have like a wad of hundreds and I'm just like, holy shit, I'm rich, and I look down, it's just fucking Monopoly money. I'd be so fucking mad. Even if I was like, yeah, join the aliens, I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, oh fuck, this isn't even real. Like this sucks. Like I'm rich, but I'm not rich. Like,
well, I mean, that's all money is really. Anyways, it's just like paper, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's they made it as a construct.
Whatever you print on it,
Yeah.
Would you guys sell out for the money? Like if you're one of these guys and they like approach you and they can turn it all around for you, would you do it?
Like, I don't know, man. Like, I think it's situational. Like the homeless dude, right? The dude was homeless, had no home, is just lost his home by a bulldozer. Like, he kind of didn't have any other reason to kind of like, no other reason but to take it, like, but like me being kind of the rebel that I would be, I'd be like, nah, man, we got to fight it. Like, I don't know if I could give in. I'd have to be in like some very dire straits for that kind of shit to like really sway me.
I'd take the money and then be a mole for the good guys.
Yeah, I
There
think
you go.
that's
That's probably
I
the
think
best
that's
way to do it.
probably the right way to do it. I mean, everyone wants to think like I'd be the hero, but I think a lot more people than they think. I think they
Yeah.
would sell out. People that say like I wouldn't sell out, I think a lot of them would anyway.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy to watch a movie and be like, nah, I'd fight them, but then like,
The reality kicks
what
in.
would you really do?
Yeah.
Once I found out that the resistance effort locally only has 22 people in it, I'd be like, when you get to like 100 or something, like let me know and I'll join. But
Or if you hang out with like
You have the number.
Nada and Frank for like a week, you're just like, fuck this. So like, I'm
Right.
giving in. I'm not doing this anymore. They're kicking the shit out of each other. They're fucking firing automatic weapons. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is the resistance. I don't know. I don't know
the
if we can do it,
resistance is
guys.
so like infantile that it feels like there hasn't been a resistance very long.
Yeah, it's like
That has
they
to
just
be it.
caught on. They had to just catch on like semi-recent within like the past year or so, because there's no other like cause for them to be like that low level.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they have nothing going for them. Everything, all the notes he covers with everybody's very basic. Like they should be pros
yeah,
at this. But
they're
Yeah, I wonder if there's other like resistances in other towns and they just haven't found each other yet.
I mean, that's
Or
always
is this like
possible, yeah.
literally the first people to wake up?
yeah, they're the only people with glasses. There are none elsewhere. Like,
We see some things kind of come to light. Obviously, the glasses, they're able to project or, see through the world and as what it's supposed to be, see the aliens, which the aliens aren't really like hideous. They're just kind of humanoid, but they look like they're just kind of like no skinned and kind of like different colorations. Their eyes are star shaped, I guess, or their pupils are star shaped.
I thought the look of the aliens was really cool.
It was unique for sure. And
Same.
real simple.
I heard they were just like pullover masks. Like it's not like makeup and prosthetics and stuff. It's just like literally like a mask they pull over. Like you can kind of see it when you look at their mouths.
Especially when they kind of talk and stuff. Yeah, it looks kind of like someone just, talking under a rubber mask.
Yeah, I thought at one point I could even like see the lips under like the teeth of the mask kind of thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
I really
Cooper.
liked the black and white aesthetic when he puts the glasses on, but I really thought they looked cool in color too. And I kind of thought it was a little bit of a shame that you only get to see that a little bit at the end.
Yeah. It was cool to see them, but obviously to see them in color was awesome. But again, like you said, it's very brief. I was almost kind of half expecting like maybe after they like died or something, like maybe they have like a camouflage that kind of goes over, but just obviously the thing goes over everything. But even when the humans do see them, like we said earlier, they don't really react. Like if I turned around and I saw this dude looking like how the aliens look, blue and shit, like no skin, I would be like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like
for sure.
I gotta leave. Like especially if I see multiple, intermixed within like the crowd of people. No, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm bolting
Yeah,
at
you
that
might be able to
point.
brush one off and be like, "What's up with that guy?" Yeah, once you see a clan of them, it's go time.
No, yeah, dude, I'm gone. Like, but having said that, if you were to be stopped by like the humans that work with the aliens, do you think you guys would like Nada just starts blasting away at people that are aliens, but then when like humans try to stop him, he doesn't really like attack him that much. Like he like knocks him out or something, but he doesn't like blow them
Yeah, he
away.
tells that cop to like, beat it.
Beat his feet.
Drop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, beat your feet.
Beat your feet. So I don't know. Like it's kind of where
It's kind of a morally like gray area.
yeah,
Like,
I feel like it's
they
kind of a
haven't
weird
really
spot.
done anything to justify getting blasted, but also they kind of have.
Yeah, they're kind of, maybe that cop did know they were aliens and he's just like, working his job, or he's like, you shot my alien buddies, like
Yeah.
like I don't know how I would react. I don't know if I'd be like, all right, do you work for the aliens? Yeah, okay, well here's a bullet to the foot, at least. But I
It
don't.
would suck to be one of those aliens that ended up as a cop.
Oh, dude.
Because you're seeing all the people that are like rich, like all the aliens that get the jobs that are like really rich and like living these like extravagant lives, and then you get stuck as like a cop, like making cop wages, which from what I understand isn't really that much.
Yeah, I hear it's almost worse, as just about as bad as teacher pay.
Yeah.
So
I think if you guys got in on the secret, right, with the glasses and like the world's taking over, we have to bide our time. Do you guys think you could like function like undercover? If like you go back to work, you punch the clock like normal, you find out like your boss is one of them. Like, do you think you could like, game face it, do the job, working around aliens?
I think
I kind of feel like I do that already.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think I could. Until like I start seeing them like congregate or something, then I'm going to be like, I'm quitting this job. Bye, and like I just like leave the state. Like it just I think it just depends, kind of like what goes on around me, kind of to see how I keep my composure.
Yeah, I think I could blend in.
I would have liked to see, because like if he looks at the news like TV station, he can see like the anchor, and it seems to be most of like the anchors or whatever are alien. I would have liked to see like some government stuff, like if it showed like the president, if he's human or not. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That would've
It
been
always
really
just shows
cool.
like local news, like anchors or stuff. But
Yeah.
like seeing the president or other world leaders and stuff like that, that would have been cool to be like fucking alien, fucking alien, fucking alien.
Yeah, like the U.S. president's just an alien the entire time, and no one knew
Yeah,
it.
or
Like,
even if it did like celebrities, kind of like Men in Black.
yeah.
oh,
Just showed
okay, yeah.
Oh, that would be
celebrities,
cool.
and you
That would be cool. Yeah.
like, holy shit, the kid from Different Strokes.
Do you think there's any room for like a sequel or anything here?
I think they could do a sequel, but I'm not sure.
Do you
Like,
bring back Roddy Piper?
Right.
Like, is he the big question?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously you can't now, right?
No, I think he passed away.
Yeah.
I think this is one that is just fine as a standalone. I don't think there's any reason to beat a dead horse on this one. I think it's perfect just the way it is.
I feel
I
like
think trying to make a sequel out of it wouldn't really be worth it.
well, I know that
I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze.
I think if you were to make a sequel, like would you just have to follow the like resistance approach, like show the resistance like trying to fight back again, or would it
I
be a
think
whole
so.
new dude, kind of like breaking the veil, or
I think you follow the resistance and answer some of the questions we had about exploring the aliens further. But yeah, like it should be just an easy, like, how we take the Earth back. It doesn't have to be like a direct sequel. Like the premise is cool enough. I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think about the title, They Live?
I love it.
I
Really?
like it, yeah, because it's I think I think the quote is "They live, we sleep," right?
That he's got that's like spray painted on the wall of the church resistance.
Yeah,
I think it was cool.
live and
I
we
think it works.
sleep, or something like that, or we're asleep. I think
All
it
the
works, but
all the conspiracy stuff had me thinking about Alex Jones the whole time. Like wake up, people.
the way they were also kind of like breaking into the broadcast and like getting their message out, like I thought that was really cool. But it was funny because every time they would break through the television to like get their propaganda out, the resistance, it was giving the people who were looking at it headaches.
Yeah.
Because of the interfering signals and stuff. And I was like, that's pretty wild. Like for them to get this out, like you're going to have to endure some painage, just to have to deal with it. It's just like the glasses,
Well, they were also kind of doing some eye rolls like, get this fucking clown off the screen.
Blow it out your ass. Yeah. And he turns off the freaking TV.
Well, yeah, that's kind of why I got like the Alex Jones vibes. It's because everybody like sees Alex Jones and they like roll their eyes or whatever. It's like, what if he was right?
Yeah.
Like, there's lizard people in the government and all these conspiracies and stuff. And it's like, he turns out to be right. And everyone's just been like rolling their eyes the whole time.
Well, the homeless man that's there at the camp, and even at the end later on when he becomes an elite, he kind of has that notion, and he's like, oh, this damn thing happens every turn of the century. People just get kind of worked up and just kind of like can't accept the future coming or whatever, and that's just kind of what happens. And I was like, I don't think I can fully believe that. Like every like every generation, every century or whatever this shit happens. No, I don't think so. Like
No.
nothing like that. But
I like when he tells them, he was like, "Oh, I didn't know they got you boys. Could have dressed for the occasion now that you got the money for it."
yeah, yeah.
And they're like,
Hey,
yeah.
he's like,
I did think it was kind of weird that everyone in the Illuminati meeting was just kind of like ignoring him. Nobody really
dude, they
like.
walked right into that
Their
ballroom.
guns
Yeah.
are out when they go in. Like they're well into the room before they're like, "Hey, let's stow these things."
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Where like nobody's reacting appropriately to these guys with guns and shooting, and
Yeah.
they just let them waltz right in and be part of the party.
So
I guess maybe they're just like ego is so big that they think that they couldn't be stopped, and like
that they were all right.
like don't they have tabs on these guys at this point? Shouldn't they know
For
what's
sure.
going on?
They had helicopters and drones.
Shouldn't they be
flying around,
like? Shouldn't they
come
be
on.
like talking into their watch and letting like, hey, they're coming to the meeting?
Those guys should have dossiers on both those nerds easy. Like they should have detailed files all the way down to the like bare minimal of info being like, this is what we know about them. Like it should.
They got teleporter watches, but they can't throw an air tag on these guys.
Yeah, like
right.
gets out the Ghostbusters wand and he's just like, I can hear him up on the 6th floor or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
the-
yeah. I did notice.
okay,
why
why don't you go after him? Like, what are you guys doing? Like, you guys know these guys are here to cause trouble. Why don't you stop them?
Also, the dude who they talked to in there, the guy who's like, "Here, boys," he's a nobody, right? Like he's homeless with them or whatever. Then he gets,
Yeah.
you find out a couple days go by and he gets this like swanky life, but apparently he's got the inside track to like everything going on too. Like he's like, I actually
Yeah.
know everything that's going on in this building.
Yeah,
like,
they
even though I'm a
explain
nobody.
everything to him.
Let me give you the tour.
Yeah.
Like he's just a man they made rich because he must have figured it out, but he's not a person of influence in the world. You know what I mean?
No.
Right.
Like,
And
you
you
would have
don't
been
see it
told
either.
everything day one.
It's like,
Here's your stack of cash and here's your syllabus. We're going to quiz you over everything going on in this building.
Yeah, when he was like trying to give him a tour of the TV station, and they asked for their ID cards or whatever, I was like, "Ooh, here's some tension. Like, how are they gonna subvert this?"
right.
And they just start blasting.
just start blasting them.
I was like, "Oh, zero subtlety."
Yeah.
And then that guy zips out of there too. Like he's like, "See ya, boys."
Hey, saw you, boys. Yeah.
Bloop.
Whenever he
Okay,
went
so-
on there.
Do you think the aliens approached him when they took the camp? Or do you think like he just got snapped? Like, there's no way this dude figured out that there's aliens and shit. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have glasses. He didn't have a single thought in his head. And then all of
Yeah.
a sudden he's like, hey, yeah, boys, I joined the winning team. And it's like, how'd you even find the winning team? Like, they had to come to you for this. And why would they come to you? Because you were standing there in awe
And tell you everything about their inner workings.
Yeah, I was kind of like, cool, you're part of the team. How did you get on the team? Like, these are the questions I'm asking. Like, not why did you sell out,
Well,
but how'd you get on it?
So another question about the aliens, is this like a body snatchers where like are the aliens, are they people that used to exist that they have then taken over their identity, or are these brand new people with like fake documentation, and are these replacements or are
yeah,
they
that's a
like
pretty good
brand
question.
new?
Even they're like rich aliens, like that dude who's like, hey, what's your problem? You know, he seems to be like kind of like a Wall Street kind of guy. And it's like, were you just put into that position because they needed someone there? The aliens needed somebody there? Or did you really like, start your own firm and company and just start doing stocks? Like,
Well, wait.
you know, like,
They want us to reproduce. So they want like bispecial like marriages, like alien to human, to pop
okay.
out more alien babies. Like, is that
That's
part of the
another
plan?
unique
Like,
question.
because they plan to reproduce, marry and reproduce.
Right.
So is that
Yeah.
like to their like population gain, or is that just part of like the droll or whatever? You know what I mean? Like,
I kind of
the routine
Okay.
To keep you too busy to figure stuff out.
Right.
You know, if you're married and you got kids and you got a job, you got too much going on to.
Plus,
if
you got to work
see
in slave
through
force at
clearly
that point.
show, they clearly show like inner alien, or what you did, like a human and an alien together.
Yeah.
So if the preach is marry and consume and like do all these things, like and reproduce, that has to be part of the plan, right? To like populate through, like use our species to populate and
I would assume it'd be in the
But
pipeline at least.
could an alien and a human have a human baby? You know, we don't know.
The R&D department's just like, hey, because that alien at the end, man, there's no way in hell he's like not in it to win it when it comes to that girl. Like,
Right.
it's not like he's just like
Yeah.
pulling a ruse over, but like, oh, for my cause. It's like he seems to be like, hey, what's on,
Oh my
baby?
God,
Like he
yeah.
seems to be enjoying it. So
I'm doing this out of duty. Yeah.
yeah. It's
funny.
it's his job. Yeah.
That last little bit after he destroys the satellite and you get to see everything how it really is, and you got the lady having sex with the alien. On my second watch, I was at work, kind of just watching it on my break or whatever, and it was like the end of the day, and I'm walking to clock out, and I got it on my phone, and I'm watching it. I totally forget about that, and then boom, tits just pop up on my screen. I'm like looking around at work, making sure no one sees what
Yeah,
I'm
right.
watching.
Yeah.
What a weird choice to put in, like nudity, like right at the end of the movie.
Yeah. And it's not even like an egregious sex scene like you'd see like nowadays or anything. It's just like real tame type of like sex scene. But
Yeah, it was surprising, that's all.
yeah, it kind of took me through a loop because I was like, what the hell? And then like you see the alien, and you're like, oh shit, and then it just cuts off. That's it. There comes the titles. But man, I'm kind of finding a hard thing I don't like about it. Like, there's nothing in it that I don't like not love just for like one reason or another. Like, it's campy, but it's a good campy. It's a fun campy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like very kind of political, but it's like kind of eye-opening political. It's not like if it just would have been humans and stuff, it would have been boring as shit. But then because
Mhm.
it's sci-fi and it's aliens, like it's Carpenter kind of talked about how he didn't really kind of have that agenda at first. He just kind of wanted to make like a cool kind of like class story, social class type of story. And I think I don't want to say he's changed his opinion over the years, but like he's kind of said different things at different points in time. Where like one where he was just like, yeah, I was kind of basing it off of like the, Reagan, era and all that kind of stuff. And then like later on, he kind of retracts that and goes on like another kind of like way about it. Do you guys think he was expecting it to be so like subtext, like it was going to be so profound, or you think he was just trying to bring light to, common things in the day-to-day world?
I think he's definitely trying to be political about it. I definitely think there's a heavy social commentary aspect to it that could not be accidental. I did see an interview where they asked him like, "Are you anti-capitalist?" And he said, "No, I'm a capitalist. I like capitalism. I like making money." It's like, well, did you
Yeah.
watch your own movie?
Yeah.
It seems like you're kind of saying the opposite through this whole movie.
It's like you're kind of one of the
Which
aliens, dude, but
Which I can respect that. At least he was honest and being like, it's a movie. I like making money. Everybody likes making money, but
yeah. It's just like a story that I guess he kind of wanted to tell, but it like, it's like, dude, you have some pretty hard hitting like, stuff in there.
I I did read something about how like some, I don't know if it's neo-Nazi, I've heard people misinterpret the message of like Jews control the media. Like they see
Yeah.
this and they're like, yeah, I knew it. Jews control the media kind of thing.
Yeah. I guess he's kind of like, no, that's not at all what that was. Like
Yeah, he's disavowed
like-
it for sure, but
yeah, he's kind of like, he's like, no, that's not at all what you guys are, or what it is. So quit thinking that. Yeah. He kind of had like, look, you guys are kind of thinking a little too outside the box on some of this stuff, like getting a little too hardcore about it. But
I don't think that's what the movie is about. But I think if you were thinking a certain type of way already and then you watch this movie, you'd be like, yeah, this is exactly what I've been talking about the whole time.
Right.
yeah. Well, it's kind of like Starship Troopers. Starship Troopers is very kind of in that sense, and even the movie itself, which kind of deviates from the novel itself, kind of leads it down that like kind of fascist like kind of like arc for like humanity. But when you're watching it, you don't really think that until you like really start looking at the like kind of the underlying dealings of it, and then you can kind of put two to two together. But sometimes, man, you just gotta like you gotta understand it's fake. It's not like super reality. It's not always real. Like it may have realistic tropes or ideas, but it's not like, man, I fucking knew it. Like it's I don't know. Like I think it was kind of I wouldn't say ahead of its time because I'm sure there's other movies that I haven't seen that kind of do the same thing. But for this to come out late '80s and everything, like it still holds up to today, which is what, like 40 something years later, like almost 40 years later.
One thing I was thinking about was like those surveillance drones that were all around, and how it seems like we're moving more and more towards being surveyed all the time. Like just during the Super Bowl, there was like a Ring commercial where it was talking about how like they basically, if I'm understanding it right, they can use Ring cameras to like locate your lost dog, right? So you get on the app and you say that my dog is lost, and it'll like tap other cameras around the neighborhood
Yeah, not wild.
Whoa,
to try to like
really?
find your dog, which is like handy if you're looking for your lost dog, but it's also really handy
Yeah,
to
that's
the powers that be when they're like trying to,
yeah.
Yeah, damn.
and then, obviously everyone's like paranoid about their like phone cameras. Like I'm recording on my phone right now. And obviously the phone camera can like just record you at any time without your permission.
The only time we ever see any of their drones are through the glass, like the glasses. Like, what did those drones look like in the real world? Because nobody's ever like, hey, look at that weird alien thing.
I think
You
they're
know what I mean?
just
Like,
they're visible because even when Nada shoots it, like you see, like you hear like parts and stuff fall down, but you don't see it.
you think they're invisible? I guess that I did notice no parts
Cloaked or
fell, but I just
whatever.
chalked it up to like a bad, like effect. You know what I mean? Like a bad effect or
Yeah.
something. Like,
Well,
wow, they didn't
it's
bother
also
showing damage there. But
I
okay,
I think they're invisible too, but there's also like a current conspiracy going around about like birds being drones.
yeah, I've heard
no,
that.
yeah. I used to
I
have
think
a
that's
boss
funny.
who was like dead set. He's like, yeah, birds are drones. And I was just like, oh my God, dude. Like, have you ever
Well, it
seen
could
one
be
come
just
and
like
like,
some of the birds.
yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm sure there are some bird like drones. Do I think a
Yeah.
flock of birds are drones? No, like that's a pack of geese going south for the winter. They're not fucking surveillance drones. Uh, I well, like there's like that other bit too where it's just like saying sleep, sleep. You know that like weird little like no one else would hear
Yeah,
that, and
yeah.
it's just like it's like cloaked, I guess. But
It's like a little speaker and satellite dish.
yeah, and it's like
Sleep.
just
Yeah,
projecting
Sleep.
it. Yeah, it's like
I think that's part of like
subliminally.
the
Yeah,
hypnosis or something, right?
yeah, subliminal messaging just like throughout the whole movie, which kind of begs a differ. It's like, how would you know? Like, how would you know? I'm like, they have the glasses, but like in our world, like, how would we know?
Mm-hmm.
There'd be like almost no way for
Right.
us to know. So Nada and David, they kind of like get together. They go to the TV station, which is also like an alien airport, which the guy kind of explains is like, yeah, you want to go to different worlds, you can. Like they kind of
that
have
was
business
wild.
here and business everywhere else. Yeah. And he just kind of explains the way it was like, bending the light or some damn thing. Like even he doesn't even know how it works, but he still has enough information to, tell everybody. Uh, but for this place to be like an international or sorry, intergalactic airport and have like all these like, could we see other aliens like coming through or something? Like, I wonder what they would look like if the glasses could see them or if they like, you know.
And yeah, if can humans go without like spacesuits and stuff?
I couldn't tell if that dude that teleported was real, like a alien or a human, but
I'd be like, sweet, I'm up for some interplanetary travel. Give me the money, sign me
I
up.
think the guy giving him the tour kind of made it sound like people could travel that way.
yeah.
That'd be wild.
But
Sign me up.
but yeah, do they need a spacesuit? That's a good question. And Derek, your question's also good. Is there other aliens out there? And if so, are they coming to Earth? Are they visiting?
Yeah, what planets
It's
have
al-
you been to now?
it's almost so like in Dragon Ball, there obviously Frieza has like a planetary like control over things. Like they get planets and they sell them. It almost feels like this is like a corporate setup of like like several alien races and like just the galactic universe. But something that like seeing other aliens and stuff would have been wild. Like if John decided he was going to throw that into the mix.
Just alien races walking out, I'd be like, and like, do they all get protected by the lenses too? Like, do they blend in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Damn.
that could have been some really
This
interesting
is all like
stuff.
sequel territory. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if we ever got one, these are some of the stuff they'd have to cover.
That's true. I think there have been like remakes in the works a couple different times.
That'd be fine.
I don't think so.
I mean,
I
like,
don't want a remake.
it wouldn't destroy me that they're doing one. And if it meant, like if it's done with like some love, like I think it could be cool.
Well, one person I saw that was talking about a remake, Jane Schoenbrunn. I think she made. I saw the TV Glow recently,
Yeah.
and she came up with a concept that I thought was dog shit. Let me find the quote here. I came up with a fun idea for a remake of They Live. Here's my pitch. The glasses do the opposite thing. Everyone in the world, those are fucking aliens. They're controlling us. And then there are these glasses. And it's like, oh my God, these ads are awesome. So like I think the concept is like the aliens have already taken over, but the glasses let you see the other way with all the ads and stuff. It's like, why? What's the point of that?
That's
I don't even know where you go with that.
like
we put on the glasses and it like feels good to see advertisements.
it makes you a capitalist, like makes you want to spend money. Like
I really had no idea where she was going with this.
Yeah, let's not do her
Which
version, but
well, that's what makes me not want to remake. I think, like I was talking in the beginning, I don't like when we're hammered over the head with messaging. Somehow it works in this movie. I think it's because first and foremost, it's a fun movie. It almost like prioritizes watchability and enjoyment over the message, even though the message is thick and ever present.
yeah, in your face. Yeah.
But when people try to do that now, like we were talking about it with like Mickey 17, I feel like it's just too heavy handed and they focus more on the message than they do about making it a movie that's fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they tried to make it now, I don't think it would work. I think it would be
A little too much.
Yeah, I think so.
I could see that, especially with how the guild has like all the rules to even get into like the Oscars. Like you have to be way more inclusive, like way more like modern day stuff. And it's like, why do we need all that? Like why, we're trying to tell a story, not like the stuff we see every day, like just, reskinned or whatever.
well, I mean, so all the messaging is just like background chatter, basically. You know what I mean? Like you're just reading it on the billboards. You're
Right.
hearing it as like background news story. It doesn't ever put it in your face to where like the two main characters are front and center, and it's a 10-minute monologue of like they want you to consume, they want you to sleep, almost nobody says that in dialogue, like in actual
Right.
words.
Yeah.
It's all just like when your eyes wander off screen.
Show, don't tell.
Right, and that's what I
Yeah.
think adds to what you were talking about, where it's not so much in your face, but it's very like thick. If you look around,
Yeah.
But I like that none of our characters are wasting screen time being like, here's everything like here's where we have to spoon feed the plot, and for those who haven't picked up on it yet.
There's no soapbox speeches.
Right.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah, the movie just like makes it a point to prioritize being fun, trusting its audience to like pick up the cues. And they're not like super deep anyway.
100%.
But that's
Yeah.
but I do like that he just trusts us to get that done while Roddy Piper feeds us crazy line after crazy line.
Where does this stack up for you guys compared to the other Carpenter movies we've covered so far?
I would
This is the fourth?
definitely.
Yeah, this is the fourth one.
Yeah, this is the fourth one.
Okay. That's easy. It's probably third.
You think it's third for
so?
you?
Okay.
I know which one's your fourth.
Yeah, not too hard to like pick the fourth. Big Trouble.
Yeah.
Little
Well,
China.
for you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's out of it. I think it's about right behind The Thing for me, and like
So for you,
go on.
so what's your list, Eric? The four that we've covered.
I would definitely say The Thing's number one. This would be number two, then probably Big Trouble, and then The Fog would be last. Even though I like The Fog more than Halloween, I feel like The Fog, like we've talked about how The Fog is, like it's very simplistic. We're kind of had more questions about it, like more, I wouldn't say nitpicky stuff, but like kind of things we kind of dug at.
Okay.
With
Yeah,
this, I
that
just
was
had
fun.
the past three movies I've had way more enjoyment watching over The Fog.
Okay.
Nick, what's your list?
It would probably be Thing, Fog, this, then Big Trouble.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm Thing, Big Trouble, this, The Fog.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Man, I was crawling in my seat listening to the Big Trouble episode. I was like, I wish I was on this to like praise Big Trouble a little bit more. I
Yeah.
felt so bad you guys were tearing it to shreds so hard.
I
love Big Trouble in Little China.
I love Big Trouble, but it just there are some things to kind of be like, what? Like it is like I think we said it like it is kind of like the oddball like Carpenter movie, but
Yeah.
it is still a fun ride. Like I still enjoy the shit out of it.
The last couple of days I've kind of been rolling it over in my mind of like, is this like They Live in Big Trouble? Like which one do I like more? They're pretty close, but I think I liked Big Trouble just a little bit more.
All right. Yeah, that's fair enough,
But I love this movie.
Well, giving the tier list, how would you guys rank this one? How many stars you think you'd give it?
Nick, you want to go first?
Yeah, I've been trying to think about this for a while. I think it probably, I think 4 stars is probably as high as I can go.
Okay.
It is super fun, right? Like, still wish it was Kurt Russell. Still had a good time with what I was seeing. It's super simple. It's not in your face, but delivers the message the way that it, I think, intends to. Yeah, this is a super fun film, man. I'm going 4 out of 5.
All right. All right.
I think we're all going to be pretty close on this one. I'm a little bit higher at 4.5. I think this movie was a hell of a lot of fun. The one-liners, the cool concept, the cool visual, black and white, the sunglasses. I think it was all really cool. So I'm landing at 4.5.
Nice. All right. I'm gonna go right there with you, man, and do 4.5. Like it's not quite a 5, but I don't want to give it any lower than a 4. And I think this is another one of Carpenter's movies where I was like, I need to watch this. This is on my list. I picked it up, watched it, blown away by it, on a whim. So 4.5.
So it's a good pick.
I've been loving your series, Derek. Every time we watch a Carpenter movie, I get excited. I'm like,
Something.
I know I'm in for at least something interesting. I know we haven't really made it to some of the stinkers. I know there are a few, at least from what I've heard.
Yeah.
But I even think there's going to be something fun about the stinkers,
Yeah, like I've seen a couple of his like you say stinkers, but I still enjoy them. Like I don't hate them, and I don't be like, oh, Carpenter, what were you doing? Like I don't like disown it by any means. Like I still enjoy them, which I think by critic standards, I think our next one that we're going to try and do, which I believe is going to be In the Mouth of Madness, is one of those. I think some people love it and some people hate it, so I'm kind of interested to see what everybody thinks about it. Well, if you guys are enjoying what we're doing and you guys want to check us out on all the platforms we mentioned, and we'll see you on the next Carpenter Hour.